It is important to have online safety. When you are online, there are many people who want to steal your money or your information, so you need to know how to protect yourself. There are 3 main ideas you need to know. 1. Phishing. Phishing is when somebody is trying to get your sensitive information, like your login information, some personal information, or your financial information, by pretending to be a trustworthy person or company. 2. Spam. Spam is the abuse of messaging systems to send unsolicited bulk messages which are usually unwanted. 3. Identity theft. Identity theft is a criminal activity where a person steals your information and then pretends to be you for their own financial gain. Now that you know about these topics, you need to know how to protect yourself. The most obvious answer is to protect your data. Make sure that you keep your social security number, account numbers, and passwords private. This will be able to keep most people out of your accounts, but there is another common mistake: bad passwords. Make sure to always use secure passwords and stay away from common words and series of numbers. Also, don't use personal information like your birth date or address, as these can be guessed if somebody knows your information. Make sure you don't use the same password for different sites, as if one site is breached, your information on other sites can be vulnerable. Another important thing is to keep your computer secure. If someone can get into your computer, they can monitor you and steal your information. Make sure not to download and run things that you do not know what they do. Always make sure you trust the source. Also, make sure to have an antivirus or malware scanner, as these can really help protect you. Sites that offer free software may contain malware or ransomware, so make sure to check the file before you run it. Finally, don't ever respond to spam. If they ask you for any information, you should never send it. No real company will ever ask you to send financial or important personal information over email. If you get a phishing or spam email, ignore it and make sure to report it as spam. If you get an email from what appears to be your bank, never click on any of the links and put in your information. People can get domains which have non-English characters, so they look exactly like the real domain. Always check if you are using a secure connection. You can see this on most modern browsers when there is a lock icon by the URL. If you believe it is a real email, manually type in the real site and see if the information that you got is actually true. A really useful tip is to have a good ad blocker, as it can help protect you against these types of attacks. If somebody calls or emails you claiming to be from a company and asks for your information, never give it. Additionally, you can use sites like Have I Been Pawned to see if your information was involved in a data breach. Stay safe out there on the internet. It can be really useful, but also really dangerous.